Hello YouTube, welcome back to my channel. My name's Tina and I make videos on lifestyle and DIY projects every single week. And before we jump into today's video, I just want to check in on everyone and ask you guys how you are doing. Obviously, this past week has been super heavy on everyone, including myself, so I definitely took this past week to listen, reflect, and learn a lot. And I hope that you guys are all doing the same as well. And if you ever need someone to lean on, please feel free to reach out to me. If you guys are looking for more resources on how to help the Black Lives Matter movement, please check out my description box down below. There will be a lot of helpful links there. I just wanted to touch on this topic very briefly because as a person of color, this really does matter to me. So I really want to just continue the conversation, see how we can be better allies and just better ourselves, treat people with kindness, and move forward. And with that being said, I hope that you guys are taking time for yourselves as well and get out there, do something creative, and then jump back into it because that is also super important. So for today's video, it is all about creating a mood board, and I'm going to go over 3 different techniques that I have used in the past. And the first 2 are going to be free techniques, and the last one is going to be a paid technique that you will have to pay for an app, but it is well worth it. And it is also the technique that the Sorry Girls use for their room makeovers. So I actually use that for my room makeover of this room, and this is the first time I'm filming a video in this room with a new backdrop, if you guys haven't noticed. So I'm really excited to share that with you guys, and I think this is going to be really helpful for those of you guys who are planning a room makeover but don't know where to start. So I'm going to start with the easiest method and then work my way to the more complex method of creating a mood board. But I hope that this helps you guys, and let's get into the first app. So the first way to create a mood board is the most obvious way, and that is to go to Pinterest and start pinning every single thing that you like, that you envision in your new bedroom for your makeover. And the key to using Pinterest to actually help you create a mood board is to continue refining it every single step of the way. So first, what I like to do is just to pin everything that I like. And once you have all of your pins pinned onto a board, you want to make sure that you look at all the different pieces, the different colors, design styles, and really find the common denominator between all of those pictures. That way you can begin to curate and create your mood board. After you establish the style that you're going for, make sure that you pin like 3 different bedrooms that you can envision yourself living in with the exact aesthetic that you're going for. And that way, when you're pinning actual items like decor pieces, furniture, and rugs, you can really take a look at all of those different pictures and see if it goes into that room, or if you can imagine those pieces in that room. I would really suggest that you move these images of the room into a new board. That way you're starting fresh and you can build upon it. To make this a mood board that will actually help you refine your style, I think that is also really important to pin the items that you already have at home, because more than likely you're not starting off with a blank slate. You probably already have furniture pieces that you're not going to get rid of. So make sure that you're also putting that as part of your board. That way you have a complete mood board and you can see how things really go together on the board. Don't forget to also pin paint colors and color palettes when you're building on your mood board, because that is really going to help you establish the accent colors and the main colors of the room, and really gives you a better idea of what the whole room is going to look like when you're done with it. And when you're creating your mood board on Pinterest, don't forget to add in all the DIY projects that you want to do for the room, because that is really going to help you figure out what you're going to need to make versus what you're going to need to buy. So those were my top tips on creating a mood board on Pinterest. I know that it's super simple, but I think that the process of refining and curating your board is really important in making it really helpful for you when you are actually doing a makeover. And with each of these techniques that I'm talking about today, you can actually build upon that. So the first step is to go on Pinterest, find that inspo, create a mood board there. The second way that I like to make a mood board is on Canva, because it just makes it so much easier to visualize everything together. So I feel like I've talked about Canva a lot on my channel, but I just love it so much because it is a free resource that you can use, and they also have a ton of templates, including a mood board design template. So if you actually go into Canva and type in the word mood board, you will find their mood board photo collage, and that is a great starting point for just inputting images and furniture pieces and decor pieces into there so you could see that everything goes well with each other. But what I really like to do on Canva is to essentially build the whole room so I can see how pieces are going to look on top of each other. So for example, when I was redoing my master bedroom, I used Canva to visualize all the pieces that I was bringing in conjunction with the old pieces I already had. So I went online, found a picture of the bed that I have, which I mentioned in that video is not my style, but I was trying to figure out all the different pieces that would work with that style so that I could make it more of my own style. And this really helped me because I was able to layer on pillows to see how light fixtures would look in the space, as well as decor items to put onto my side table. So this is a great way to really put together the room if you don't have a program like Photoshop. And one of the best tricks to use here is to get rid of the background on the images that you're pulling in, so that way you can layer it without having a white background or a distracting background behind the item. And if you guys don't know this already, you can actually do this with your MacBook on the Preview app. So this tool on the Preview app is super handy, not just for mood boards, but honestly for any time you want to get rid of a background on an image. And all you really have to do is open the picture in the Preview app, click on the little pen icon, and then go into this magic wand option. And basically all you need to do is go over the background and highlight it until it's red. And once you see that it's highlighted, you can go ahead and click delete. And if the image isn't already a PNG, it will convert to a PNG so that you will have a transparent background. And I find this tip to be super helpful. So if you ever need to get rid of any backgrounds, use the preview tool on your MacBook. And the last thing to pull this whole thing together is to create a color palette on Canva. So what I like to do is to go into their elements, select these circle shapes, and then fill that up with all the different colors in the room or new colors that you want to introduce into the room. And this is just super helpful in visualizing what your room makeover will look like. So the last way that you can create a mood board is using the app Procreate. And I rave about Procreate all the time, but I love using my iPad Pro and my Apple Pencil to create projects, and Procreate is the perfect way to create a mood board. And I also saw that this is how the Starry Girls actually plan out all of their makeovers. So I'm going to show you how I do it and how the Starry Girls pretty much do it for all of their makeovers as well. Also, I can't forget to mention that this app is $10, but I think it is totally worth it because you can do so many different projects with it. So if you are a fellow creative and you like to work on digital art, I would highly recommend Procreate. So when I was planning out my room makeover for this room, I actually used Procreate. And the first thing I did when planning out this room makeover was to measure every single thing. So I went around the whole room, made sure that I got my measurements down, and then created a floor plan from there. I also went ahead and measured out all of my furniture pieces as well as rugs and plants, all of that stuff. So make sure that you get all your measurements down so you can put it into your mood board. One pro tip here is to turn on the drawing guides on Procreate, and that way you will have a grid system to really get all your measurements correct. So the easiest way to use the grid is to make sure that every single box is basically a foot, and that way if my bed is 6 feet by 3 feet, I just draw 6 boxes by 3 boxes, and that way I can make sure that all the pieces that I'm using for the room makeover fits within the room and fits in a layout that I like it. Also, I can't forget to mention that every single time you are creating something in Procreate, make sure that you put it onto a new layer so that you're able to move all the pieces around as you wish. And then using the same techniques that I used in Canva, I like to pull in all of my furniture pieces as well as decor pieces to build out my mood board. And if you want to be a little bit extra like I am, I like to go in and add labels and notes to all the furniture pieces to make sure that I have a cohesive vision. Okay, so I did a lot of talking, but that is how I create my mood boards when I am planning out a room makeover. I hope this video was helpful for you and that you learned some new techniques, because planning a room makeover is definitely not easy, and creating a mood board really does help you bring your vision to life, but also it helps you narrow down all the pieces that you need as well as figure out what actually fits inside your space. So I really hope that you guys drew some inspiration from this video, and if you have any other questions, please leave them down down in the comments below. I'd be more than happy to help you guys. Also, I want to mention thank you guys all so much for 5,000 subs. This is like kind of awkward for me to hold it like this. So my husband got me these balloons last week and I was just so happy that we reached this milestone. Thank you guys all so much for your support. I am just so grateful that you are joining me on this journey on my channel, and I can't wait to hit even bigger milestones and continue to make videos for you guys. So if you have any suggestions, please leave them in the comment box down below. If you would like to see more from me, please follow me on Instagram. I'm pretty active on there. I post photos pretty much every single day and I'm pretty active on stories, and I always love getting DMs from you guys, so feel free to reach out to me on Instagram. But that is all for today's video. Stay inspired and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!